morning.
Are we live? Good morning. We got a machine that's changing the way we do things around here.
I thought you were about to say we got a machete.
Nah, I don't have my mom's looking machete no more. I didn't know that guy from Survivor, he wrote Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't know his name, but...
Mr. Schneebly?
Yeah, I don't know his real name.
He also wrote, or is the director of White Lotus.
Hmm.
You know that show?
No, but you talk about it.
Yeah.
So, we've been doing things the hard way, forever. Really didn't know too much about this machine. I've heard people talk about it a little bit in the past, but our neighbor, he builds fences and stuff a lot, and he's got anything and everything, and every time he sees me, he asks me how good I am at building fences. And
yeah, he talks about fence building.
Yeah, and he's just like, need to get you a gas-powered TPost driver. And if you guys have paid attention in our videos, you guys will see around the camper that we have a fence to keep the dogs in, and it works very well, except for Barley.
Well,
no, Lucy goes through it. There ain't nothing we can do about that.
I saw Lucy. She pushes it too.
Oh, well, she could fit through the fence.
Barley used to not get through until he saw Lucy.
Well, yeah. So Lucy went through the fence, and then Barley's like, I want out. And so...
and it's like, oh, she went through. I'm going to go through it.
Well, I'm going to go under it. So he went under it. And the thing is that could be prevented. But I tried driving T-post in the ground around here, but as you guys know, the whole front's nothing but rock. Mm-hmm. And I could not drive the T-post in the ground. So... I think there was like 1 or 2 T-posts out of like 15 or something that we needed. So I had it hooked to like trees and the four-wheeler and
our old coffee station.
Yeah.
The chairs. That's holding up the fence.
That's holding up the fence, and then the front part by where we made the little gate, I put a T-post in, and it's just touching the ground, and then I got T-post on each side to hold it from falling over. Yeah. Because normally it would be all they need is a visual and they'll stay in. And then it was just until Lucy got out and then Barley was like, oh, I can get out. And then Bandit kind of somewhat depends on how she's feeling. Mm-hmm. But Rufio and Sawyer, I don't even close the gate. I just like barely, they just see they're in the fence and they'll just stay.
Yeah, speaking of Rufio, last night I woke up to the worst smell in here ever. Well, first I woke up, he was kind of like whining a little bit, and I looked over and he's sitting up. I was like, go back to sleep. And then I woke up to the worst smell, and I guess his whining was trying to tell me he needs to go poop. He pooped in here.
That's a learning lesson there.
Yeah, he pooped in here, and oh, it smelled so bad. I
slept through that.
I can't believe you slept through that.
I tossed and turned a lot last night, but I would instantly go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I was, my bones would be aching. But yeah, we have, we got ourselves a gas-powered TPost driver.
Which the neighbor always told us not to get one, just to use his, but just, I don't know, we're going
to need it a lot, and then if for some reason it breaks or whatever, it's ours. And then also we got it was about 40% off, something like that. I don't know the math on it, but we saved a couple $100.
Yeah.
So I was just like, heck yeah, we bought it. And as you guys know,
a lot of things to do.
Yeah, the barn, oh man, guys, I love the way it's looking.
It does look cool.
We do have a lot of stuff that, we're going to go back and do like rain catchment, build stalls, do all the stuff around it. But we got to build a fence around it. So having that TPost driver, from what we've been told, it'll drive it through rock, it'll drive it through anything, and it is fast. And we have the good old handheld, ding, ding. And if you guys have been around for a while, ever since I about knocked myself out with it, I'm kind of sketched out a little bit at the off grid. Did I tell you? You know about this?
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I hit the top of it and it came back and hit me right in the head.
Right in the noggin.
Right in the noggin, right in the video. And but yeah, so having the gas powered one is a
Don't want that
massive.
to come back and hit your noggin.
No. But from what we've been told, it's a two-person job. One person kind of holds the T-post, and then the other one gets up on like a little step ladder and just drives it in. So I think the fence should go up fairly quickly, at least quicker than us doing it by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So
could you imagine driving all of those?
it's a lot. It's going to be a lot. Every 10 feet for acres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited. Again, I know we always talk about it, but everything's just kind of like funneling in and working, and
I just can't wait to see the animals over there.
yeah, I'm very excited. And what's cool too is you guys know that we had Outlaw go inside the trees a little bit and do a good path. So there'll be a whole section, and then the section after that goes towards like the tiny house where the little pond is and all that, which is pretty cool because if we decide we want to fence off maybe another section there for the dogs to run through or whatever, we already have a huge section of fence that, for the animals already, or eventually we'll just fence off more for the animals depending on what we get, and you know,
get them more in the trees.
Yeah, and then they would pretty much legit be in our backyard at that point.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly what we're gonna do yet, but having that ready to go, I'm pretty pumped about, and I'm pretty excited, and it's finally where I'm not like stressing over this barn anymore. I'm not like, oh, we can't even put out a normal video because I told people I didn't want to show them anything until this was done.
Yeah.
And then the weather hit, not having the metal.
That was, yeah, I forgot you did say the next video you'll see will be finished.
Yeah. I did end up doing like another Crocker video. I forgot what.
Oh, you've done a couple since.
Yeah,
but
well, it
just
was
not
like,
of the barn.
Yeah, and so I was just like, oh, it's just been driving me crazy because I truly thought, well, then like weather hit, we didn't have the metal, like all this stuff hit that I was just like, I shouldn't have said that, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to show it anyways. I'm real big on the big reveal, I guess, of it and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just very excited with the progress we're making and actually seeing it with our own eyes. It went from a vision with actual no real plans for the barn. Kind of just did it with, I don't know, I just kind of drew it up in my head, I guess. And then I didn't get like blueprints or nothing. And then I had to tweak it here and there and all of that. But now that I've done it, I think we might build our own barnuminium.
Yeah.
I think we could, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, it would be bigger than that out there.
Oh, I know.
I mean, as long as someone comes and lays the concrete, right? The foundation.
For us to build ours?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that...
Would you rather build it and then somebody else do the interior, like the, if we do sheetrock or...
If I had to pick?
Yeah.
Either outside or inside?
Yeah.
If we were doing sheetrock?
Yeah.
Well, then I'd do outside.
Yeah.
But I would have a lot more knowledge now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you do, and I could be wrong, I'm sure some of y'all would know, but I think when you do a pole barn, not like we did, we didn't put a concrete slab down, but I think you have to get all the outside poles, and then they come in and pour the concrete, and then you start building. I think that's what they did on my dad's barn, but I'm sure you can do it all sorts of ways. But yeah.
There's one person who has seen the barn so far.
Right.
Ma.
Huh?
Ma. I sent her pictures.
Oh, I was like, she was here when we started the barn? I was
No.
like, huh?
Yeah. No,
I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, Mom's the only one that's gotten a sneak peek of what it looks like so far.
I showed Brandon. But Brandon's
did you
seen
send
it.
him pictures?
Well, but earlier, when I just started putting metal.
Oh, yeah, well, they've seen.
Well, they've only seen it a little bit.
Yeah.
I showed him from, like, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But, how many pictures did you send to your mom?
3.
Dang. Because I saw you in the... So, I guess, we'll talk about this real quick. Normally, when we're building and we're doing stuff, you start putting siding on and all that, it feels smaller.
Yeah, this is what I said when I came up to him yesterday. I was like, this is crazy. Literally, once you start putting things on a building, it makes it seem smaller. But this makes it seem so much bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But with the metal on the sides and everything, you're up on it and you're in it. Like, this thing's even bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Like,
It's weird.
Whenever I was working on the back, putting all the metal on the back, that's when I was just like, holy cow, this thing is huge. Because it's taller in the back because the ground slopes. And I was just like, how did I build this?
Yeah.
Like, it just looks massive from the back.
And again, like, it's even bigger.
Yeah.
Looking with the stuff on it.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
don't know.
crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, when I first, like, put the first 6x6 post around the main part of it, and I was like, alright, that looks pretty big, but I got this.
Yeah.
You know, I got this. And then now look at them like, dang, this is huge. I don't know the square footage. What would it be? What is that? 30 by 40. So that's what? 3 times 4?
12.
1,200 square feet?
Yeah.
I think.
I was like, I don't know how to figure out square footage.
Uh,
You just multiply
30,
it?
yeah. 30 by 40. So I think 1,200.
Learn something new.
That's pretty big. That's like a smaller house.
That's what you keep saying is this could be as
Oh.
like, a small barndominium.
Yeah, if you closed in the sides, because we
And
have
then
it
did
open for the animals, but...
Yeah, I put a floor in there.
Yeah, like size-wise.
Yeah.
That's a decent little house.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
What is the square foot?
1,200.
Yeah, I mean the house in town is 1,600.
Yeah.
So, and that's
But that's also including the garage.
is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I've never measured the house, but
You get in there with tape measure.
I would assume if it's 1,600. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd have to really think about that.
I have the papers.
But
Anyway, point being, yeah, that's a house right there.
yeah, and part of me, if we would have built this before building the tiny house, I don't know if we would have gone the tiny house like we did. I think I would have been like, you know what, let's build a tiny barndominium house.
Yeah. Maybe we'll build a tiny barndominium off-grid.
We're
in our
not
little
off
spot.
grid.
That's old-timey.
Yeah, some people don't understand what off grid means, but
It's off the grid.
yeah.
Pretty soon we won't be able to say
No.
off-grid in our titles.
But that's-
what are we gonna do?
Well, no, this is why I've done it the way I've done it in the title. Because we've never lied to anybody. We've never tried to, make it seem a certain way.
Off-grid, homestead,
Well-
ranch.
But we'd always put tiny house built off grid. We built it off grid.
So then, whenever you do get on the grid and people come back, it would be like, you're not.
We legit built it off grid.
Yeah, is that why
We
you
didn't
did?
build an off grid tiny house. We built a
Mm.
tiny house off grid.
Wow.
So
Okay,
it makes sense when you think about it, right?
see?
Because I wasn't trying to tell people that we were building an off-grid tiny house because we weren't.
We're building it while we're not on the grid.
Yeah, we built it off-grid.
If you're following along, there we go.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It really is, and I don't know.
We've been talking lately too about like backup solar
Well, we've talked about it for a while, but we brought it back up.
Yeah. I guess mainly for the well.
Yeah, so if anyone out
Yes.
there,
Okay, good.
I was going to say, if anyone has knowledge on it, it's 160 feet deep, but we needed 240 to do it, and from what we were told, actually, I guess we wouldn't even need 240 because we'd put a whole new pump, new everything. I take that back. We just need a solar pump that'll do 160 foot. So if you guys have used one, I don't care what other people have used. I don't care what other channels have used. I want to know personal experience.
That's important.
Yeah, I don't care because I'll tell you right now, if someone on YouTube has it, they probably 100% ain't telling you the truth whether it's really good or bad. I want to know real facts of if we're going to spend money on a pump, it's got to go 160 feet down and we want the most amount of water per minute we can get out of it. But that way, one, we don't have to run electric to it if we don't want to. And then two,
you never know what's going to happen in the world, you know. And that's like the biggest thing is water.
Yeah.
Water. So, I don't know. Especially, this kind of gets off of reality a little bit. But I'm watching The Last of Us. If you guys know what it is.
Well, I don't think we're far off from zombies.
Especially something like, I don't know. I can't. It gives me anxiety now, which is so weird. I used to never freak out. Not freak out, but get nervous about stuff like that. I always thought it was like, I love Walking Dead. My favorite dreams are zombie dreams because I'm just going around kicking booty. But now, I'm nervous. And I'm always like, my mom lives so far away. And then I'm like, what if something happens to Jason? That's literally, I don't know.
Nothing's happened to me. I'm going to come in there.
You're going to karate him?
Yeah. That's all it takes.
So, I don't know. All it takes is just like watching something like that and being like, well, alright, we got to set up here.
Yeah. I'm not worried about none of that.
Obviously, I mean, just for comfort. And obviously, like I said, it's kind of breaks away from reality a little bit. The more reality stuff is, I mean, the world's...
Same thing, but different.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But that way, I mean, at least it's just setting up.
Well, and even at the end of the day, if nothing happens, nothing, it's not hurting us at all because we'd be still getting our water just like normal. Any food we have here, we're still going to want to do our food and all of that. You know, just anything and everything we're doing here is to benefit us, whether the world stays good or bad.
We wouldn't be reliant on ourselves.
Yeah. And then we've even talked about investing in solar and stuff for the tiny house, you know, for the studio, for the shop, for the future barnuminium, you know, just anything that can prepare us to be more self-sustainable and reliable on ourselves. That's what we're going for.
I mean, even with the water well, too, if it is plugged into the grid, what if there's a major ice storm and
power's out for
a while? We don't have water.
No.
So, I mean, we've lived without water before, so we know how to do it. But
we haven't lived without water because at that point, if the power grid's down and all that, there probably ain't water anywhere.
True.
So, but that's also a reason why, you know, like just on the barn alone, we're gonna have a huge rain catchment. I mean, you're talking 1,200 feet of roof collecting water.
You're gonna collect some good
you're gonna collect
water with the rain.
A lot. And out there, yes, you are probably thinking, ew, it's in the barn, it's blah, blah, blah. No. There are no trees around, no nothing. The roof's gonna stay pretty clean for the most part. You know, you might get a little dust and stuff, but it's not gonna be like at the shop or, you know, over here or whatever. You're out in the middle of this field.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pretty clean setup. So, worst case scenario, we'll have water there. We want to have something set up with our water well where we have a tank there. Just all sorts of things and, you know, get filters and whatnot. But, I don't know. Definitely, prepare for the worst but hope for the best or whatever the saying is.
Yeah.
So, something like that, I guess, where I would not consider us, like, preppers or anything like that. We're just trying to be smart with what we're doing here, and it does prepare you if something were to happen, but it also sets you up in a spot to where you're good just on your day-to-day life, and I think that's the beauty of it. But I think we'll leave y'all on this. You guys know what this is called. It's like a cowlick, right?
I never knew.
How did you figure that out?
Because Lambo was looking.
So she brushed him out and everything.
Every time after I brush him out, he's looking good. I'm like, yeah, boy.
And then he turns to the side and licks, and then the hair sticks out like this. I said, there's a cowlick.
And I said, what?
Cowlick right there. Alright, guys, we'll leave y'all on that. We kind of covered a whole lot in this.
Yeah, what are you going to title this?
I don't know.
Prepping for zombie apocalypse. Except for Last of Us never used the term zombies.
Yeah. I mean,
We're
I don't
not
know.
prepping for a zombie apocalypse.
You are.
The show just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
It's you and Mom. You guys, if things happen to you guys.
Well, I'll be alright. Your mom? Probably not.
No, she's not going to be okay.
Girl sergeant's like, peace, I'm out. I survive easier on my own.
Yeah, for real. She's watching this going, stinkers.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be the stinker when them zombies are eating you, so.
Whoa!
She ain't gonna make it. It's just the reality of
she's
it.
Not. She's not.
Yeah. Ma, we just being real. Prepare yourself. You ain't gonna make it.
We love you.
But you ain't gonna make it out of that zombie apocalypse.
No.
Alright, guys, we'll catch you on next.